fucking phone. Don't I got a fucking phone? I got a phone. A Vodafone. Motherfucking Vodafone. Alright. What's up, Facebook? Hope you guys are having a good day. If you stop by my live video, if you guys come on my fucking live video while I'm live, feel free to say hello. Alright? Feel free to say hi on my live video. It is allowed. It is allowed for you to actually say hello and hi on my live video if you want to. What am I going to show you? I'm going to show you basically how you can do what? How you can create literally days or years or weeks full of content and actually get it all pre-scheduled to your Facebook profile, so that if you're doing organic marketing, you can take care of your content game and automate a lot of your actual content game, so you're not, forgetting to create content, specifically the right types of content. So organic marketing is a somewhat simple process. I've used it myself personally right here on Facebook to do well over $5 million worth of sales revenue. All right. And part of that process, so like I said, it's a pretty simple process, starts with getting new leads every day. So it starts with actually filling up your friends list so that you actually have an audience. All right. So I have software for that, and all the software is actually included in my Epic membership site. If you guys grab my Epic membership site, my Epic membership site is going to include all this software, and it also includes a full course that I actually created on organic marketing and social selling and how to actually make money on Facebook. It literally shows you everything I do and I've done to be able to make over $5 million here on Facebook from fucking random strangers, all right? Just random strangers that I send friend requests to. So part one is kind of like sending friend requests and growing your friends list and building up an audience so that you actually have an audience. But that's not enough, obviously. Obviously, you can't just grow your friends list and then all of a sudden now all of a sudden you have money just because you have a bunch of friends on your friends list. That is one part of it, though. One part of it is actually growing your friends list. Another part of it is actually building relationships with those people so that they kind of get to the point where they know who you are, they recognize your name, they recognize your face, they know who you are, they like you, and they trust you. Building up that factor that comes with essentially building a relationship. And part of that building a relationship, not all of it, part of it you're going to actually do with your content. So I'm going to show you here how you can actually create a lot of your content and then get it scheduled out. So what we're going to do is we're going to use a tool here called Post Scheduler. And this tool here, Post Scheduler, will allow you not only to actually create your content in advance. Like, for example, I'm about to leave tomorrow. I'm leaving for 10 days and I'm going to Vietnam, and I'll be on a little vacation in Vietnam. Like I said, feel free to say hi if you jump on my live video. Don't be a cunt and just come watch my live video and not even say hi to me. All right, I don't like fucking assholes like that. But so I'll be leaving and going to Vietnam for like 10 days. While I'm in Vietnam, I'll be diving for some time. I'll be on a boat for some time on like a little cruise, and I'll be exploring the islands and just generally on vacation and stuff. Luckily for me, even though I'm on vacation, I have a lot of different automation software tools that I actually use, that even though I'll be basically out of station for 10 days and I'll be on vacation for 10 days, I will still be creating content on Facebook because it's already created and pre-scheduled to my profile, so it will just auto post while I'm away on vacation. I'll also be getting new leads every single day because I'll be sending friend requests out. So anyways, this whole process, like I said, is just all outlined inside my Epic membership course. Post Scheduler is also included in my Epic membership site if you actually want to get access to that. But so I'm going to basically show you how you can create content with Post Scheduler. All right, and basically pre-schedule this content to your to your profile. And the reason I'm actually doing that is because we actually have just built some new integrations. We just have built some new AI integrations with Post Scheduler, and I want to test them out. So while I'm testing them out, and you would know this if you go through my social selling course, because in my social selling course, I help you understand that a big part of your content creation is actually just documenting your process, especially if your process involves sunk cost. So like for me, for example, one of my sunk costs, what's a sunk cost? A sunk cost is something that you have to pay, okay? That's what a sunk cost is. It's something that you have to pay, and you can't get around it. All right. So whenever I'm looking at creating content, and part of my marketing process is I rely heavily on sunk cost. So for example, things, and when I'm talking about sunk cost here for my marketing, it deals with time and my time expenditures. All right. So to give you a perfect example of those sunk costs, like I need to test this software. We've just actually built some new integrations. And since we've built those new integrations, it has to get tested, okay? I have to test it out regardless. So now regardless of whether I come here live on Facebook and I test it live on Facebook, or whether I just do it by myself privately and I don't share it with you guys, that's a sunk cost, all right? Why is that a sunk cost? Well, it's a sunk cost because I have to spend that time regardless, okay? Like you guys probably have seen me on Facebook and have seen me smoking weed here on Facebook, right? Now, why do I come on Facebook Live and smoke weed? Well, one of the reasons is because whenever I'm smoking weed, it's a sunk cost, meaning I am going to spend that time smoking weed. I'm already going to spend it. I will be smoking that weed, and whatever amount of time it takes me to smoke that weed, I will be smoking that weed regardless. So since I'm already going to spend the time and I have that sunk cost of smoking weed, I might as well leverage that as an opportunity to do something else, which is create content and do some marketing. So hopefully that makes sense. And this is a big concept. You won't be able to save this video because I'm going to delete it. I'm going to delete it as soon as I'm done with it. All right, because it's going to contain an offer that is only available if you sign up during this live video, and I don't like to keep those videos around afterwards, because then people watch them like 2 or 3 days later, and then they fucking get butthurt that I don't give them the offer that was in the live video that was only valid during the live video. If you signed up while I was live, they get upset for some reason, like, well, why can't I have that? I didn't see your live till later, so I just always delete them. So what I'm going to do here, I'm actually just going to come in and create I'm going to come in and actually create an account so I can show you guys the software and give you guys a demo of it. All right, so now first I'm going to show you my account. And then we're going to log into this demo account. All right, so I'm going to show you my account so you can kind of understand what's happening here. And then I'm going to log out of this account, and I'm going to then show you a demo account, and we'll kind of set this up. We'll kind of set this up from the beginning as if, you know, I don't want to do it automatically on my thing, because I'm going to be creating some demo content for you guys so you guys can kind of understand. But so as you can see, this is my content schedule right here. All right, so as you can see, here we are today on this day. Here we are today. I'm leaving tomorrow to go on vacation in fucking Vietnam, like I said. So I'll be on a plane tomorrow, and then I don't even know when I'm coming back. I think I'm coming back on the 16th. I'm not really sure. But you can see according to my content schedule, tomorrow I have a value post that will get posted automatically. So I'll attempt to deliver you assholes some fucking value, because it seems like the more value you deliver, the more people end up buying your products and services. So tomorrow I'll end up trying to deliver you guys some value, and then on Monday I'll end up delivering you some value as well. On Monday, I'll also do some meme marketing. So meme marketing is a marketing concept. It's a marketing concept. So I'll do some meme marketing on Monday as well. On Tuesday, I have a thought-provoking post that I'll go out. These thought-provoking posts are kind of like engagement posts if you think about it. They're meant to actually just drive engagement and create conversations around the actual post. And there's a reason that you want to do that. The reason that you're actually doing that is because that really helps you with the second part that we talked about earlier. You know, we kind of talked about, hey, you need to send friend requests, and you need to constantly be growing your friends list. And you know, that's kind of like adding new friends and then also removing friends that aren't actually engaging, and it's clear that they don't want to actually buy your products and services, and they're not a good fit for you anyway. So you're like constantly you're like constantly removing some people and then replacing them with new hyper targeted leads. And there's a software that you can actually use for that. Like Friender, for example, you can use Friender, and Friender will actually help you with that. Friender will help you, you know, not only evaluate your friends list, and on your friends list see, okay, hey, who's engaging, who have I actually engaged with, who are my most engaged people, so that I can keep them on my list, or I can, you know, work them through my sales process. And then the ones that aren't actually engaging, I can go ahead and actually remove those people and clear them off my friends list. And then I can use Friender to then also turn around and add new targeted leads, and I can actually send new targeted leads. So for example, with Friender, if I wanted to, I could go somewhere like, okay, I could go into this group right here, and then once I'm in this group, I can come over here to the members tab, and then once I'm actually in this members tab, if I want, I can come over and I can run Friender. And inside Friender, I can actually decide, okay, hey, who do I want to send friend requests to? So with this option that you're seeing right here, I'm going to send friend requests to people that are in tier 1 countries. Maybe I just only want to send friend requests to females. So I'm going to send friend requests to females that are from tier 1 countries that include the keywords CEO, owner, marketing, marketer, affiliate, self is basically for self-employed. If I want any negative keywords, like, okay, what types of people do I not want to actually send friend requests to? And then now I can just basically come in here, and then I can run Friender, and then now Friender will actually do its job. And again, I can be on vacation, and this will actually be working on autopilot while I'm on vacation. Friender will just go in and actually look through all these profiles and continuously look through these profiles until it finds somebody that actually meets the search criteria. And it looks like it hasn't found anybody yet, so it's looked through 16, 17, 18 people. It's actually looking through all these people, and again, what's it looking for? It's looking for females from tier 1 countries. If you don't know what tier countries are, the tier system, there's tier 1, there's tier 2, there's tier 3. They're actually, those countries are classified in those different tiers based on GDP per capita. It's a classification system that comes from the World Banks. Okay, so it's not just something that's made up. It's how the World Banks classify different countries based on their GDP, or their gross domestic product per capita. All right, so tier 1 countries are the richest companies. Those people in tier 1 countries, they typically have the highest disposable income, whereas tier 3 countries, they have the lowest disposable income. All right, so why am I targeting the tier 1 countries? Because they just have more money, and people with more money it's just easier to sell products and services to people who have more money. The more money somebody has, the easier it is to get them to actually buy something, because whatever it is that they're buying it causes the lower amount of drastic change to their life. Okay, meaning if I'm selling, it looks like I found somebody. So I've actually found somebody. This is a female, and she is she's matched my keyword marketing. Okay, so if you remember, one of my keywords was marketing, and so based on the filters that I'm actually I'm sending out, I've actually sent out one friend request, and now it's still going in and looking for more and more people to send out friend requests to. All right. So that's one aspect. You can actually do that with Friender. We're going to actually stop that. Yeah, we're going to stop that. We're going to stop doing that. And all right, so now you can see, where was we at over here? Now you can see that I have all this different content. All right. I have all this different content that's scheduled when, like, this is my entire vacation. So this is my entire vacation that I'm here. And I have a lot of different content that's actually scheduling here. I got a marketing joke that basically says, why did the marketer refuse to fly the kite? Because they couldn't guarantee the ROI on the windy day. All right, here I have some more meme marketing. So this meme marketing is actually something that I use, and this is a promotion for Friend Connector. So now I can go in here on my post types and I can see, okay, hey, am I doing any marketing for my different offers? Okay, so let's say I have different offers. I have the Tier 5 Partner Program. I have my Elite Partner Program. I have Friend Connector. I have a bunch of different offers, all right? So if I want to go in and see, okay, hey, obviously if I'm doing organic marketing, one of the big things, like I said, number one is kind of building your audience, growing your friends list. I showed you a software that we can actually use to grow our friends list with hyper-targeted leads, the people who are most likely to buy our products and services. We can just fill our friends list with them up automatically, all right? While we're on vacation or doing whatever we're doing, we can grow our friends list on autopilot. Now, the next thing is, okay, hey, you're going to have to use you're going to have to build some type of a relationship with these. I mean, you don't have to, because I have people that buy stuff from me and I don't know who the fuck they are. I've never actually spoken with them. They haven't commented on my stuff, but apparently they go to my profile, they see something they like, and they buy it. But the people that have actually spent the most amount of money with me, those people, like, for example, I have customers in here, like this customer has spent $338,000 with me. This customer spent $100,000 with me. This customer has spent $138,000 with me. All right, those customers, like the one that spent $338,000 with me, I've built a relationship with that person. Now I have customers that have came in and they've bought a $10 thing from me, or even $100 or $200 thing with me, and I don't know who they are. I haven't actually built much of a relationship with them, but they did get a friend request from me, and then they did start actually consuming my content and viewing different offers and stuff that I have, and actually decide to buy. But it's going to be easier to sell stuff to people and get them to buy something from you if you build a relationship with them, and then as you build that relationship, they know, like, and trust you, and then it becomes much easier for them to buy something from you. So hopefully that makes sense. You guys have any questions so far? Is everybody understanding so far? Everybody understanding? You guys good so far? I can move on? Or you have questions? All right, so now adding your friends, growing your friends list, that's one part. The next part, like I said, is your relationship building an actual relationship. And a big part of how you're going to do this is by creating content. Your content is one of the things that is going to be kind of like the door to building relationships. For example, whenever you post something on Facebook and someone comes in and comments on it, you have started to build a relationship right there. They have spent some time reading your content, and then they have spent more time giving you their whatever fucking bullshit thoughts have been fucking fabricated inside their head, okay? So you've provoked some thoughts from them, they've read your content, spent some time, that built some relationship. Now they've spent even more time to tell you their thoughts, i.e. comment on your post. And when they've spent that time, one, you've built a relationship with them, but two, they're inviting you. They're literally inviting you to further build that relationship with them. So, meaning now you can go actually reply to their comment that they've left you and build that relationship more and push that dialogue further. And every time you do that, they're getting closer and closer and closer to buying something from you. So I showed you this the other day. I'm trying to smoke at the same time. Hey, where is my mouse at? Oh, so I showed you this the other day where it's like, okay, hey, let's say you got a person over here. Let's say you have a person over here, and then over here you have a transaction, okay? So this is where you get some leads coming through here, all right? And then you're going to basically, and we're basically drawing like a double funnel is what we're basically drawing here. So you get some leads coming in, and now through some process, you're going to actually take that person on a journey and get them to purchase something from you. All right. Now, once you get them to purchase something from you, what you actually need to understand is once they purchase something from you, your whole goal, you're not finished now. Once, like this person, I just showed you somebody that spent $338,000 with me. That didn't come from a single transaction, guys. They didn't just send me one payment of. They didn't just send me one payment of $338,000. Okay. So hopefully you guys can understand that. That person didn't just spend $338,000 with me in one single transaction. What happened was this process. That person actually came in from an offer. It was actually a $1 offer. They bought a $1 offer from me, and then they went through this process of now going up a value ladder and buying more and more stuff and becoming a repeat customer, okay? So I'm just telling you, this is pretty obvious, but I'm just telling you this because a lot of people forget about this process, and a lot of people think that, okay, hey, that this thing right here is the goal, and once somebody gets here, your job is done. You've finished, okay? You've completed the journey. And that's not true, guys, girls, transgenders. That's not true at all. The real journey actually begins right here. This is where the real journey begins, and this is where your real work actually starts from you, because once they make that actual first transaction, become a customer, what you're really trying to do is now push them up this value ladder and get them to buy more and more stuff, all right? But you can't do that until they get here. You can't do that until they actually buy something. But they haven't bought something yet. They're just a new lead. Let's say they're just somebody you send a friend request to and you add it to your friends list. So you want to actually push them. You want to push them over here. And to push them over here, all that's actually happening are little things called intent, okay? So let's say I create a Facebook post. They read my Facebook post. That's one intent. They decide to actually comment on my Facebook post. That's another intent. I decide to actually reply to their comment and they read that reply. That's another intent. They decide to essentially reply to the comment that I left. That's another intent. I decide I'm going to send them a message and they read my message. That's another intent. They decide to reply to my message. That's another intent. I have another post on Facebook that they actually read. That's another intent. Okay, so hopefully you guys are understanding that the only thing that's standing between your new lead and a new customer is a series of intents. All right, it's just this series of intents. And one of the ways that you're going to fulfill this series of intents is by creating content. Now you can see here my content I have actually scheduled out until this is July. Now you can see in July my entire month isn't scheduled out. I don't have like my whole month of content. I don't have anything on this day or on this day or on this day. There's some days that I don't actually have any content. But look, I can easily understand, okay, where am I at? If I look back, I can see, okay, back to today, I have some content that I don't have anything scheduled for the 10th or the 13th or the 17th or the 18th. So I've got, it's the first of the month. All right, I don't have any content scheduled for today, so I should probably do that, except for the fact that I'm making fucking goddamn content right now. Other than that, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I've got 10 days out of the entire month that I don't have any content scheduled for already. So what does that mean at the beginning of the month? I already have 66% of my content job done for the month, and we're just now starting the month. All right. So although I don't have everything scheduled, I don't have everything done, I have a pretty big head start where I know, okay, hey, if something happens and I just fucking get completely depressed or something and I don't want to do anything, well, my whole month isn't going to be wasted. I already have several things that are actually scheduled to go out. Like these meme marketings, if you look at these meme marketings are just like, they're just like jokes. They're like reverse jokes selling friend connector. So it's like it's just a funny post that talks about the complete wrong way to get a lead. So I'll read you one of them. This one says, and this one will get posted on this time and day, so you can see kind of like the time and day that actually get posted on. We can go in and edit it if we want. We can copy it, so we can go in and edit it if we want to edit it. Okay, so we can go in and edit it if we want to edit it. And you can see this is the content that's actually scheduled to go out. And it says the absolute greatest way to get leads is to start stalking all your potential clients, because let's face it, who doesn't love a good surprise visit? Am I right? Follow them to their homes, jobs, and favorite coffee shops, and just keep popping up until they finally give in and buy from you. It's foolproof. Or you could just save yourself the effort and message me for an epic offer on Friend Connector. Trust me, it will solve all your problems when it comes to lead generation. Today is the day to make that change. All right? So now I have several pieces of content that are just like this. They're scheduled under that meme marketing, where it's like it's kind of like a joke. Obviously, it's like a troll on marketing. The ultimate key to getting leads is to pester the heck out of all your friends and family. They'll be thrilled to hear from you every hour on the hour, especially with your constant messages that are completely unrelated to their lives. And make sure to add all your contacts to your mailing list without asking them, because who doesn't love a good surprise from a stranger? But if you want to save your friendships and sanity, you can always opt for a better solution. Buy Friend Connector and effortlessly grow your leads without all the awkwardness. Comment below for this epic offer, only available today. Trust us, your social life will thank you. Okay, so as you can see, this is kind of like the content that I have scheduled out. Different types of content like that. I've got thought-provoking stuff. This says, what's your opinion on the death penalty? So again, this type of content is actually there to create engagement and help create and generate those actual intents. All right. So some content is there actually just to create engagement, like this. Don't I have a marketing joke somewhere? Why did the marketer? Yeah, I've got some marketing jokes. Again, this is just light humor that's meant to, again, build engagement. I've got soft sell post. Soft sell post, I'm not really directly selling you something, but I'm getting you sold on the ideal of what I have to sell. Okay, so I'm getting you to agree and kind of pre-framing you to believe that the thing that I sell is something that you actually need. That's what a soft sell post is. It's not like I'm directly selling you something, but I'm getting you under the frame of mind that, okay, hey, you believe in this concept and you actually agree with this concept, because then I'm going to sell you something later that's actually related to this concept. Okay, like for example, in these posts, I'm soft selling you on our software Birthday Wisher. So I have a software called Birthday Wisher. It's actually this software right here. And this software right here, you can see basically this software right here basically starts conversations all the time. Okay? It sends out a message to somebody. For me, I have it set up, I think 3 days before their birthday. Okay? So I send them a message 2 days before their birthday. I send them a message on their birthday, and I post on their wall on their birthday, and then I send them another message 2 days after their birthday. All right? And this is literally just creating, again, it's building intent. It's helping nourish that relationship with all the new friends that I'm actually adding, okay? It's just giving me touch points to start conversations with them. It's a very easy conversation to start. Just say, hey, happy fucking birthday. It's their birthday. You've started the conversation. You've broken the ice, all right? That's one of the hardest parts for people, is to break the ice. Hey, what do I say? How do I start a conversation? Do I just say hi? What do I do? Okay, well, if you struggle with that, then just fucking wish them a happy birthday. Don't start the conversation until their goddamn birthday and just say happy birthday. That starts the fucking conversation. All right, so you can see it starts conversations. An automated message goes out, and from that automated message, a conversation is started, intent starts to actually get built, and then I send them another message on their actually birthday, and I actually give them something for free. I give them a birthday present. Then I send them another message after their birthday. All right, and this is just actually happening for everybody. So you can see all of these are people that I'm actually. So you can see, hey, automated message, a reply. Okay, I send another automated message. Just slowly building up relationships where these people, now I'm on their radar, and if I'm on their radar, they may go check out my profile. If they check out my profile, guess what? They're gonna see my content, and part of the content are going to be direct offer posts where I'm literally directly offering something. Now, not all of them are offer posts. If you can see, hey, right now so far, I don't have any offer post at all this month. The last offer post I made was on the 30th, where I made a direct offer, and I was like, yo, hey, here is an offer. Here is something that you can actually buy from me, okay? Where the whole point of the post is literally just an offer. This is what I have to offer. This is what I'm offering you. This is what I can buy. Now, every other post here that you can see, all of this content that is scheduled, on this day I have 3, on this day I have 3 scheduled out. Most days I have 2, some days I only have 1, some days are not actually filled up yet. All of that content are related to the offer post, okay? But they're not offer posts. They're all related to an offer post, and they're all helping drive people. So when I make that offer post, I have several people primed and ready to go that are comfortable enough and trust me enough and have been soft sold on the offer enough where it makes it easy and frictionless for them to actually buy. Okay, so everybody with me so far? Everybody makes sense? Everybody good? Would you like me now to show you how you can go in and actually do this with Post Scheduler and how to actually do it with Post Scheduler? Also, if you have any questions, let me know if you have any questions. Jenna says, can I do this on a business Facebook account or only personal? This is not for business pages. Business pages, in my opinion, actually suck because they're tied to ad accounts. So Facebook really only wants you to use those pages to run ads. Anything else, I don't think they give you a lot of reach and stuff. So I don't personally use them for anything. I only use my personal profile. I don't use business pages or anything like that. There are plenty of apps that you can actually use for business pages. I just don't build them because I don't use a business page because I personally think they suck. People do business with people, okay? People buy from people. They do business with people. Okay? Hopefully you guys understand that. You yourselves, you buy from people. You emotionally connect with people and you buy from people, which is why I always just use my personal profile. And to me, a personal profile and a personal brand is much better to me, from my opinion, than a business brand. Like, for example, I'm the founder and CEO of Tier 5. I run Tier 5. I started Tier 5 a little bit over 7 years ago. Now, if I put all my effort into growing Tier 5's brand, although that would be good for Tier 5, sure, if I decide to ever, exit the market and sell Tier 5, it's great for the new fucking owners. Not so great for me, though. right? It would be great for the new owners who buy tier 5 from me and they take over tier 5 and I've already built like a super strong brand and everything, and they can just leverage that brand that I've been working my ass off for 7 years to fucking build. But now what about me? What about poor little Johnny Bonnie? Not so great for me. So I focus just really on my personal brand. That way, if I ever want to exit tier 5, like guess what? Let's say I sell tier 5 right now, or tomorrow I sell tier 5, all right? Now, because I focus mostly on my personal brand and personal marketing, most of the customers from tier 5, if I sell tier 5 and then open up a new company and say, hey, I've got something similar, do you want to buy it? Most of my customers will just come and say, yeah, hey, fuck tier 5, I'll come buy from you, John, because that's why I bought in the first place, was because of you. So I focus a lot more on the personal brand, so hopefully that makes sense. Can I also schedule content for my group? That's correct. You can use this to post content in your group. We use it to post our coaching call information that we do every week. We have a coaching call in some of our programs, and we use it to actually schedule those posts to drive people to the actual coaching call. So yes, you can actually schedule it in your group. So what we're going to do here, we're going to log out, and we're going to go into a demo. We're going to go to a demo that we just actually created. All right, so now we got a blank calendar. All right, so the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to go to our Facebook link settings, and then we're going to come grab our profile link. All right. And we're going to add this here. Oh, we're going to add this here. I'm going to find my wife's profile. I'm going to show you another hack. I'm going to show you guys another relationship building, marriage saving hack. How about that? So I'm going to grab my wife's profile here. And then if I have any groups, so here's a group. All right, so if I have more groups, I can add those extra groups here. So now I've got my personal profile, I've got my wife's profile, I've got the tier 5, I've got the tier 5 partnership, and then basically now what I'm going to do, let's see. Now what I'm going to actually do is come over here. All right, so I have these types of posts. These are like pre-built post types that are actually inside the software. You can completely create your own if you want to create your own. Okay, so like for example, I'm going to do marketing jokes. So we give you these preset post types because now I'm not a god. If you can't tell, I'm not a god. I'm not a guru. I'm just some dumbass asshole that has happened to be able to make $5 million from random strangers on Facebook following a very simple process. All right, and through that very simple process, these are the types of posts that I've identified, the categories of posts that I've identified that I typically use in my marketing process that has helped me actually convert random strangers into paying customers. All right. So these types of posts are, I'm going to try to show you some examples of them if I can show you some examples of them. All right. So let's take a look. We have okay, let's take a look on what we have. We have value post. So what I'm doing right here, you could say constitutes as a value post. So literally what this post that I'm doing right here, this live stream that I'm doing right here, you could say that would constitute as a value post, because what I'm trying to do, the goal of the post is to try to provide some type of value to people. Because again, if you go back to this little thing, if you remember this little thing, the providing value is a way to check off one of these intents. And every time you check off one of these intents, for each person there's a different number. But there is, for every person, there is a number on how many check marks do you need, how many intents do you need to create before they become a customer. All right. So when you provide value to somebody, that's one way to get a lot of those check marks from intents, all right? Where they're like, okay, hey, I've already got something valuable, I already got something that I value, and now human psychology, reciprocity kicks in, all right? So hopefully you guys understand, everybody clear and understand the concept of a value post, right? You guys all are clear and understand the concept of a value post. Engagement post, let's see. You could say this is an example of an engagement post. All I'm trying to do here is actually get engagement. That's it. You can see I'm not really selling anything. I'm not really actually offering anything. I'm not really actually providing anything of actual value. I'm just really fishing for engagement, trying to actually get engagement. All right, I'll show you some other ones that are probably, let's see down here. Okay. This one, it says your mom is a scam. That's an engagement. That's an engagement post. This one is for sure an engagement post that says crypto is a fucking scam. That's an engagement post. I actually have my own cryptocurrency. I literally have my own cryptocurrency that I've launched, named after my dog. And we actually use it in our ecosystem. People actually pay their subscriptions for their software using our crypto. All right. So I am actually a big fan of crypto. Like you can see right here, if I just move to one of my other screens, what's instantly on my screen? Some fucking crypto shit. Some fucking crypto shit is here. All right. This is actually how my vacation is getting paid for. My vacation is actually getting paid from complete passive income that comes from these different liquidity pools where I'm providing liquidity for the market with cryptos that I just actually hold because I like those cryptos. This one has earned, last time I claimed this was, I don't know, must have been right here, this collect fees. So that was, not sure how long ago that was. Not sure how long ago that was. And then I basically got $500. Whenever last time I claimed this, I got $500. And you can see there's already another $137. There's already another $137 in there. So anyways, the point is this video isn't about crypto, but the point is I like crypto. I'm a crypto fan, actually. I don't hate crypto. I don't actually think it is a scam. So hopefully you guys can understand that this post right here, it's an engagement post. It's literally just there to get people to engage in something. All right, that's it. Like, look at this motherfucker. They spent a long amount of time trying to fucking convince me, I guess, that crypto isn't a fucking scam. So they engaged. They completely engaged. I was trying to see if there was any other ones that I could show you that were just clearly engagement post. Like this, okay? This is another just engagement post. So is everybody clear on that? Everybody was clear on value post, right? Is everybody clear on engagement post? What the concept of the post is, why you're actually doing it? You guys good? Understand? Do you have questions? Need things cleared up, or can I move on? Can I go forward? Okay, connection post. Connection post starts to get into human psychology. If you guys don't really understand human psychology, I would say, I would say before you try to learn anything about sales, or you go take some course on sales this, sales that, sales this, or marketing this, marketing that, I would suggest you just start studying human psychology. All right, if you go straight to trying to learn sales, or if you go straight to trying to learn marketing, you're probably not going to be that good at it. You might even get confused on a bunch of shit, maybe even not understand why they're saying to do that, how it fucking works, or any of that, and you're not going to be so great. On the other hand, if you just dive straight into psychology, once you understand psychology, whenever you hit up marketing and whenever you hit up marketing and whenever you hit up sales, they're going to seem very intuitive for you, okay? And the mechanisms, and you'll be able to easily understand the driving mechanism behind a concept that someone is actually talking about, okay? So if you just go in and you just, okay, hey, let me learn sales. Oh, hey, let me learn marketing. Well, what's going to happen is, it's very possible, probably what's going to happen is you're going to suck. All right, you're not going to be very great at marketing. You're not going to be very great at sales because you don't understand psychology. And whenever you're learning stuff, it's going to be difficult for you to actually really pull out, well, what is the concept here? Why is this? Why are you saying to do this? What's the mechanism that is causing this to work? Whereas if you understand human psychology, then those underlying mechanisms, they become a lot more intuitive, and whenever things are more intuitive, it's just easier for you to actually understand and retain that information because it makes sense to you. You've connected dots, all right? If I go in and try to explain something to you conceptually, and you're not connecting any dots and you're not really understanding the underlying mechanism, then, like, okay, for example, most of you guys probably suck at mathematics. Most of you guys probably suck at math. You probably suck at algebra. You probably suck at geometry, trigonometry, calculus. You probably suck at all of that. And the reason that you probably suck about that is because you never understood the core fundamentals of math, which for some reason they don't actually teach. They don't actually teach the core. It's so weird, actually, that they don't teach the core fundamentals of mathematics until you're in fucking, like, junior level college math classes is when they begin to unveil the core fundamental things about math. So you have to try to learn all this math, like when you're in high school, you have to try to learn, geometry and then algebra and then trig and then basic calculus without understanding the core underlying constructs of mathematics itself and number systems themselves and counting mechanisms themselves, symbolism itself. Like, you don't understand these core concepts, so whenever you're trying to, understand these mathematical equations, they don't intuitively click to you where, oh, that mechanism makes sense. It makes sense to me why that is. So now you don't actually understand, why is this working? Why does things actually work like this? And then so you're just forced to memorize. You're just forced to try to memorize a function. all right? And then so you forget about it. But if you understand the core concepts of things and they click, the mechanisms, then the function becomes irrelevant. You don't really need to actually even remember the function because you intuitively understand the core concepts, all right? Which is why I recommend that's why I recommend going to psychology first and just going into psychology first. Because if you go into psychology first, when you're doing the marketing and stuff, you'll begin to actually understand the core concepts and the core mechanisms of why things work. All right, so now we're looking at connection post. This, believe it or not, is one of those for me. It's a connection post. It's allowing me to actually just be myself and my personality and connect with the people that I'm actually looking to connect with. All right. So your connection post, I'm going to show you one. I'll show you some that you'll probably be easier to. It will probably be easier for you to understand. Okay, hey, why is this a connection post? Like this, true story. Okay. So this is actually it's a true story, and it's just a story about my dad beating me in the head with a hammer one day. It's one of my many stories that I have about my dad just being a psychotic fuck and beating the shit out of me and putting me in a hospital. All right. So this is literally just a story of me growing up and fears that I had because my dad was this crazy psychotic fucking abusive bastard, really. And it's just a recap of one of the memories of spending time with my dad and getting beat in the head with a hammer. All right. Now, and even at the end of this post, you can see it says right here at the end of this post. Now, what I want you to ask yourself is, did I share this true story with you to create an emotional connection so that I can later leverage to get you to buy things from me, or did I just feel like sharing? Well, it's a connection post. So yes, I shared it. I shared this post with you specifically for that, so that I could create an emotional connection with you that later on I can leverage that in a sales process to get you to buy my stuff. Hopefully that makes sense. What you're trying to accomplish with your connection post is you're trying to connect with people, because if you have this connection, they're much more likely to buy your products and services. Does that make sense? Are you guys clear on these connection posts and what you're trying to do here on these connection posts? If you have very strong political beliefs about something, you can share those, and that will, although it will be polarizing, and people who don't share those same political beliefs as you are not going to connect with you. They're going to disconnect with you. But those people would have been harder for you to actually sell to anyways. The people who are going to be the easiest for you to sell to, and again, if you remember, all right, and this is, when I'm saying this, you have to actually remember this whole process. You have to remember that our end goal is not this first transaction. That's not our end goal. That's the start of the journey. When the person first becomes your customer and they first buy something from you, that's literally just the start of the journey. You're not done. That's when everything fucking starts. So the people who you're not going to be able to form connections with, can you get those people right here? Yes, you can. All day, every day. If you believe, if you have very, very strong beliefs that are pro-abortion, and you believe people should just be able to kill little babies inside their mother's bellies because they're not fucking real creatures. They're not real creatures at all, so fuck them, let's just murder them. And if you feel strongly about that, will you be able to get somebody that's like fucking die hard, I love fucking Jesus and heaven and don't kill the babies, even though my God killed the babies? He's God, he can kill babies, but you can't kill babies. That's not right, you sinner. How dare you? You're a murderer. Will you be able to get that person to buy something from you? For sure. Even if you work at an abortion clinic, you could get a Christian to buy something from you. All right? But how easy are you going to get them to ascend up this value ladder and be one of these crazy repeat customers who will continue to buy every single thing that you offer? That's going to be hard, okay? Which is why I'm saying, okay, it doesn't end here. This is the beginning. What you're trying to do is this whole process where once someone becomes your customer, they're a customer forever, and they just keep giving you fucking money. They just keep giving you money. Like you see Glenn's on this live video, and so is Maceo. Those people have given me money every single month for at least 2 years, maybe 3 years, maybe more than that. Glenn, it's maybe been more than 3 years that Glenn has given me money every single month. He's given me money every single month. So is Mateo, every single month for at least 2, 3, maybe 4 years at this point. Those people have given me money every single month. And that is the ultimate goal. The ultimate goal isn't, okay, motherfucker comes, they give you money one time, and then it's like, okay, end of story, done. Go find another one of these motherfuckers and go through this process. No, the goal is, okay, hey, you get somebody here, and once they're here, they're fucking here for life, and they keep giving you money over and over and over and over again. They just keep giving you fucking money, all right? So you're going to have an easier time getting that person to go through that process and continue that process and keep giving you money and money and money and money if you create a connection with them. So even if you share your deep-seated political views that a lot of people don't think, okay, hey, I don't want to share this, it may offend people. Great, it is going to offend people, which is awesome, because for everybody who's offended, there's a motherfucker that's offended that person got offended because they're not offended. You understand? For every person that has now became against you, you've got another person that's actually for you. And there's a big difference. There's a big difference between Switzerland and the United Nations, okay? There's a big difference between somebody saying, like, hey, no, I don't hate that person, versus somebody saying, hey, I'll go to war for that motherfucker. Hopefully you guys understand the big difference between someone that's just like, okay, there's a big difference between someone that is going to just sit on the sidelines and not try to kill you versus someone who will lay down their life to protect you, all right? So when you try to steer away from the things that could be controversial, or you try to steer away from the things that could offend people and push people away, okay, well, what are you really doing? You're also inhibiting those people who will die for you to come out, right? You're inhibiting the people who are going to actually be on your team and say, no, I'm with this motherfucker. Fuck you guys. If you guys want to fight, we're going to fight. All right, that's what I'm trying to get you to understand. That there's a big difference in your friends, where if you're out with your friends and somebody decides to come, have a fight with you, where your friends are just going to be like, okay, hey, I'm not getting in it. Hey, I don't think you should beat my friend up, but if you're going to beat him up, I'm going to go sit at the bar and have a drink. There's a big difference between that motherfucker and the motherfucker that you go out with, and before the dude can even say anything to you, he punches the dude in the face and is like, hey man, don't talk to my boy that way. And that latter person is going to be your repeat customer. So in order to really get those people on your team, you've got to offend the other team, and you got to show that person that you're on their team too, because you're not with the other fucking team. All right? So you can give all the vulnerable stuff, you can give all the political content, you can give all the offensive content, all the polarizing content, all the content that people are going to strongly agree with you or strongly disagree with you. That is great content, because it's allowing you to do another really amazing concept, which is on this bell curve and on this standard distribution. It's allowing you to push people over here who really hate you. They can't stand you whatsoever. They want to kill you, and push people over here who are going to actually buy you stuff, because you can get value from this person and you can get value from this person. This person right here is watching you. This person right here is reading your post. They're engaging with your post. They're talking about you behind your back. They're sharing your shit and making fun of you, which is driving more people into this funnel. You don't know how many customers I have because somebody else went on their Facebook profile and literally went on their Facebook profile and shared a screenshot of a message that I sent them, and my message was, I don't refund cunts, go fuck yourself. And they went and shared on their profile, oh, I bought this thing from John Vaughn, I didn't like it, I wanted a refund, I asked him about it. Guess what he said to me? Here's the message, he said, I don't refund cunts, go fuck yourself. Can you believe, what type of person is this? Who runs a business like this? This person, they have no business running a business, they're the worst, they're unprofessional. You don't understand now how many people have actually seen that post, and one, they've just instantly blocked me and they've decided, hey, I don't like this guy, fuck this guy. Great, motherfucker, great. You just facilitated my job. You came over here very quickly. You got out of the middle. And you don't know how many other people have came over here and they found it humorous and they were like, you know what? I also wish I could just tell my customers they were cunts. I like this guy. He's my type of guy. Let me look into him. And now they're buying my products and services. So hopefully you can actually understand that whenever with these connection posts, if you can push people on one side and they join your team, or push people on the other side and they decide, okay, they're not on your team, they're against you, they want to fight you, that's great. That's what you're wanting to do. You're wanting to get people out of this Switzerland zone where they're indifferent, where they neither love you or they neither hate you. All right? So hopefully you guys can actually understand that concept. So you'll see I do that a lot with my Jesus content. So I actually have content that I create that's religious marketing, and it's just a way for me to connect with people. And I'm also poking fun at the Jesus lovers and making fun of the actual Jesus lovers, because I've already noticed that the Jesus lovers are like my worst type of customers. I've never really got along with them, and they're just not really great customers for me, and they're not just the person that I'm completely happy to work with. They're not my ideal customer. They're not my dream customer. So I intentionally try to push them away so that they don't actually buy my stuff. And in the midst of pushing them away, I'm trying to find one for you. In the midst of pushing them away, I'm ultimately pulling people to me that are also not big fans of the Jesus people, okay? So if you understand, there's a whole group of people that are Jesus lovers, and there's a whole group of people who are also not so much Jesus lovers, all right? And I've already realized that the Jesus lovers aren't really my cup of tea. They're not really my ideal customer. So what I do is I just push them away on purpose in my content. I offend them on purpose in my content, and that kind of pushes them away and keeps them from actually buying my stuff. And then I'm inevitably pulling the other side into me and getting them to actually join my team. I couldn't find one. I thought I was going to find one that I posted recently about like this. There was one right there. All right, where I'm just actually here creating a post about Jesus, about God specifically. Okay. All right, so you understand connection posts so far? Everybody good with engagement posts, value posts, and connection posts? You guys understand those? Ready to go on to the next? Are you ready to go on to the next or what? All right, so lead generation post. Lead generation post is literally just a post where you're trying to generate leads, all right? So you're not really offering anything here. Here you're not actually really offering anything. What you're trying to do is you're trying to get people to raise their hand, all right? And whenever I say lead generation post, we're not really, it's not necessary in the post that they actually It's not necessary in the post that they give you their contact information, say, hey, here's my email, I've opted into your page. You're getting them to actually raise their hand and identify themselves as someone who could be a good fit for whatever it is that you actually offer, okay? There's many different ways that you can actually do that. You could literally just ask for leads, hey, who would be interested in XYZ? And all the people that are like, yeah, hey, I would be interested, those are now leads. You've generated leads. All right. You can also be indirect about it, where you don't have to be so direct, where you get them to qualify themselves. You get them to qualify themselves. Like, for example, you guys have probably seen posts, hey, where are all my entrepreneurs at? That's a lead generation post. That person most likely sells things to entrepreneurs, and entrepreneurs are their target avatar. So that person is getting the entrepreneurs to raise their hands and qualify themselves and say, yeah, hey, that's me. Okay, so that's what you're trying to do in your lead generation post. You're trying to identify and get the people who are candidates to buy what you offer, to get them to self-identify themselves on your post. Either they're just raising their hand, or you could you could actually just be having them say that they're interested in something that you offer and they want more information about that, or they say, hey, I'm interested. All right, so that's your lead generation post. It's you're trying to actually now generate leads that are going to be going into your pipeline that you can actually start working. So hopefully those make sense. Offer post, hopefully an offer post makes sense. This is literally where you're directly offering something. Okay, this is literally you directly offering something, where it's like, hey, here is something that you can buy. You should go buy it. All right. So here's one for me. Here was an offer post where it's literally an offer, and there's literally a thing that they could go buy. This one yesterday, I put it out yesterday, had 13 people buy this for, it started at $100 and the price ended. And what did they actually buy? They actually bought this software that I'm about to show you. So this software post scheduler, I was actually selling them this software post scheduler because I was highlighting the new AI functionalities that we just integrated, the AI functionalities that I'm also going to be showing to you guys here in a little bit. All right, so that's what this post is. It's literally a direct offer where I'm literally actually offering something, and the call to action is go fucking buy it. All right, so that's an offer post. You're not going to make money without the offer post. All right, I showed you on my calendar, not this one in the demo account, but my other account. I showed you out of all the content that I had, there was only there were the smallest amount of offer posts. Everything else was some type of engagement post, or some type of value post, or some type of soft sell post, or some type of connection post. All right, they're all, and I told you they're all correlated to the actual offer post. They're all connected to the offer post, and they're all pushing people so that whenever I make the offer post, they will buy the offer post, but they're not offers. All right, so but without the offer post, you don't make money. Okay, so hopefully you guys understand that. You can create connection posts all day long. You can create value posts all day, every day. Every day you could put 4 value posts on your schedule, 1 connection post on your schedule, 1 engagement post on your schedule every day from the end of eternity, and you won't make a single fucking dime because you didn't make a single offer. Hopefully that makes sense. A lot of people really forget the offer post. They never actually do the offer post. Without the offer post, you don't get paid. All right, soft sell post. I talked a little bit before about the soft sell post, where you're not really selling something, so you're not making an offer, you're not really selling something, but you are pre-framing the person and getting them in the state of mind to be ready to buy whatever you do offer. So to kind of give you guys an example of this, if you ever went to church, whenever you go to church, right before the preacher comes and starts preaching, the choir sings songs. Why does the choir sing songs? Well, the choir starts to sing songs. They even try to get you to sing the songs because they're trying to soft sell you into the offer that's about to come, which is the preacher's going to preach, and during his preaching, he's going to offer you to give him some money in exchange for the words and the message that he gave you. And in order for you to decide, okay, hey, I'll give you some money, I'll put money in the plate because of the words that you've said to me, you have to accept the words, and you have to believe in the words, and you have to accept the words. So in order for you to make it easier for you to actually accept those words, then what do? They play to your psychology and they get you to sing songs. And when they get you to sing songs, because you're hearing the words and you're repeating the words, it psychologically makes you believe in the words. And most of the time, if you go to church, the songs that they sing before they preach are very highly related to the overall theme and message that the pastor is going to speak about. And that's all done by design, because the entire choir part is a soft sell. All right? So hopefully you understand, okay, what is this concept of the soft sell? This concept of the soft sell is, all right, so to give you another example, for me, I sell a lot of software on organic marketing. So like Post Scheduler that I'm showing you, I showed you Friender. I have so many other softwares that we've built to help me in my organic marketing process and help me automate my organic marketing process. All right? And then I also sell our partner program, which is a reseller program where I let people sell our software to their customers. So instead of an affiliate program where you go find a customer and you sell it, but that customer pays me, and then 30 or 60 days later, I may pay you 40% of what that customer paid me. In our reseller program, you set your own prices. Your customers pay you directly. They don't pay me, they pay you. You keep 100% of the revenue. You get paid instantly. All right, so I promote those. Those are the two things that I offer. I offer our software that I build, and then I offer our reseller programs. So for me, soft sell posts are going to be, one, things that get you to agree that working a 9-to-5 sucks. Things that get you to agree that having a service-based business where someone pays you $5,000 for your service, but then you owe them your entire month. Or then you have to go create all their ads, and you've got to go actually do all this stuff for them that you really didn't actually want to do. You're just agreeing to do in exchange for the money. That sucks. To get you to agree that not having any recurring revenue, okay? Having no recurring revenue sucks. Like, okay, hey, look at today. Look at today, all right? This is April the 1st started right here. Subscription update, subscription update, subscription update, subscription update. This was a new sale. This was a new subscription. This was a new sale. Subscription update, subscription update, subscription update, subscription update. This was a new sale. Subscription update, subscription update, subscription update. Okay, all of these subscription updates, these are people that have actually been paying me, like this person right here. The subscription update for $297. This person has paid $297 every single month since August 31st of 2021. So they paid $297, another $297 every month. They pay $297. Okay, that's recurring revenue. Do you have recurring revenue? If you stopped working, I told you I'm about to go to vacation. I'm about to go to Vietnam for 10 days. And guess what? While I'm there for 10 days, every single day that I'm there, I will be getting paid for shit that I did 2 years ago, 3 years ago, because of the recurring revenue model, because I sell stuff on subscriptions, and on that subscription, it builds up cash flow and recurring revenue where every single month, regardless of whether I get any new customers or not, I have money coming in. I've got $80,000 every single month that comes in from subscriptions that people agreed to last month, 2 months ago, 3 months ago, 4 months ago, 5 months ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, okay? So do you guys understand how if I get you to agree that having recurring revenue is amazing, you don't have any, but you wish you did have some. Now, with my partner program, I let you sell our software, and by selling our software, you can have people paying you every single month for our software, and you can build up your own recurring revenue. So does that make sense? Do you understand my offer? And do you understand, okay, hey, how, because that's something that I offer. Whenever I do a soft sell, I'm not specifically offering you something, but what I'm doing is I'm getting you to go ahead and say yes to my offer, even though I'm not offering it. Again, like in my example, one of my offers is my partner program, my reseller program. At the end of the day, I'm selling you the ability to start your own software company, which is giving you the ability to build up recurring revenue where you yourself could be sitting on the beach, and while you're sitting on the beach not working, you're still getting paid because people have subscribed and agreed to pay you every single month. So do you see what I'm actually selling there is recurring revenue is what I'm actually selling there. So in my soft sell post, if I can get you to accept that, okay, I don't have any recurring revenue, I'm selling my time for money, I don't have recurring revenue, that sucks. I wish I did have recurring revenue. I want recurring revenue. Do you see how I just soft sold you? Do you see how you're now already pre-sold? When I offer you my partner program, you're already sold on it. You're already sold. Yes, because my partner program is offering you recurring revenue, and in my soft sell post, I'm selling you on recurring revenue, and you're getting sold on that. Not on specifically my offer, but the outcome of my offer. I'm selling you on the outcome of my offer so that whenever I give you my offer that provides the actual outcome, you're more likely to say yes. Does that make sense or not? So far, engagement post, value post, connection post, lead generation post, offer post, soft sell post. You guys understand all these posts? The other one are ask post. So the other one, so we got ask post and we got encouragement post. So an ask post is you just literally asking your avatars questions, okay? They can actually be questions about anything. They're similar to an engagement post where part of what you're doing is getting engagement, but conceptually, the core, you can get a lot deeper in this, and you can use these ask posts to actually build your offers and find out, okay, hey, what problems are people having? What things are people struggling with? What things do people not like about X, Y, and Z? And people will give you their responses, and from that, you can actually use those to build your actual offer. So here you're asking questions. That's why they're called ask posts, because you're actually asking questions. So do those ask posts make sense? And then the last one is encouragement post, and that's literally just what it says, encouragement post. That's you trying to provide encouragement and inspiration to people so that they are actually looking up to you, because if they're doing that, it's going to be easier for you to actually buy their shit. You guys probably see these encouragement posts all the time over Facebook where it's not like a whole lot of value, it's just like a little pep talk. Someone's giving you a little pep talk trying to actually encourage you. When you read those words, you get a dopamine hit. All right, so when you read those words, you get a dopamine hit. You guys know the story of do you guys know the story of Pavlov's dog? Have you guys ever understood that? This is another reason I told you guys you should study psychology before trying to study sales and marketing, because if you study psychology, you get to learn all this cool shit about human behavior and how it actually works, which then makes all of this make perfect sense. All right, but do you guys know the story of Pavlov's dog? Do you guys know about the Pavlov's dog experiment? Does anybody know about that? All right, so Pavlov's dog experiment is basically about associative behavior and how your brain stores information. So it's all about associative behavior and how your brain stores information. So basically, the whole concept of Pavlov's dog is you have a psychologist and a scientist named Pavlov. He's got a fucking dog, and every time he would bring his dog food, he would notice that the dog would start salivating. All right, so he would notice that the dog would start drooling and actually getting excited about the food. All right, so what Pavlov decided to do as an experiment on associative behavior is he would bring the dog food and the dog would start getting excited. He would start salivating. He would start, drooling and shit, and, start wagging his tail, getting excited because there was actually food. All right, so every time he would bring the food, the dog would go through these motions where he would get excited, he would start salivating, like, yeah, I'm gonna get some food, yeah, I'm gonna get some food. So now Pavlov introduced a completely unrelated event. So what Pavlov did is, again, it's a study in associative behavior. Pavlov, he introduced a completely unassociated event, a bell. So what he would do now is he would ring the bell. When he brought the food to the dog, he would also ring the bell, and the dog would see the food, smell the food, start salivating because there's food and he's hungry and he wants to eat the food and he's excited. But at the same time that's happening and his brain is doing that process, he also begins to hear the bell. So now his brain begins to associate the ringing of the bell with the outcome of the food, which is the salivation and the excitation. All right? So Pavlov does this for a while, brings the food, rings the bell, brings the food, rings the bell. And after a while, once the associative behavior had taken place and the brain's neural nets had now associated the ringing of the bell with the delivery of the food, with salivation and the excitement, Pavlov realized that he could remove the food altogether. So now Pavlov could just ring the bell, and whenever he rung the bell, the dog would naturally begin to salivate and get excited because he had now associated the bell with the food. The brain had built the connection that when I hear bell, that must mean food. Food is good. I like food. I will salivate because I'm hungry, and I will wag my tail because I'm excited about the food. Guess what? There's no food. The guy's not holding any food. He's just ringing the bell. Even the dog can see, wait, there's no food. But his brain is still saying, well, there must be food. There's a bell. And the dog's looking. He's like, there's no food. I don't see any food. But he's still wagging his tail. He's still salivating because his brain has associated the bell means food. It doesn't matter anymore once your brain takes over. It doesn't matter if the food's there anymore. It doesn't matter that the food is there. The brain has now associated, hey, the bell's ringing, it's food, it's food, it's food. I'm happy, I'm excited, all right? So the same thing is happening in your encouragement post. When you write something encouraging and someone reads those words and they get some dopamine hit or they actually feel better, guess what they do? They associate that dopamine hit with you. You become the bell. The food is the encouragement and the feeling that they get from the encouragement. That's the food. You now actually become the bell. You understand? So hopefully you can really understand that concept because psychologically, this is a very important concept. You become the bell. Your encouragement, the words that you write are the actual food that triggers the dopamine, that triggers the good feeling. But since it's you putting it out there, you now essentially become the bell. So now what happens when people see the rest of your content, like your offer post? Whenever they see your offer post, what happens now whenever they see your offer post? That's Pavlov ringing the bell, but there's no food. You understand? Hopefully you understand what's happening here. When you create your encouragement post, what you're doing is you're creating the associative behavior in your encouragement post. Why? So that whenever you create your offer post, you've already created the associative behavior and you're just ringing the bell, but there's no food. But guess what? The dog's still excited. The dog is still salivating. The dopamine is still releasing from the brain, which means now that person is already in an emotional state and they're more prone to buy. So hopefully that makes sense. If it doesn't make sense, let me know, but hopefully that makes sense. So now we've went through engagement posts, value posts, content posts, lead generation posts, offer posts, soft sell posts, ask posts, and encouragement posts. All right, so we've went through all of them. You guys understand all of them? Those are the default ones that are there. So those are the default ones that are there. Those are there actually by default. So everybody good? I showed you can create your own as well. And why we're going over those post types is because whenever we fill our calendar up, we want to make sure that we're creating all those different post types, and our calendar is full of all those different post types. What we don't want to see is we don't want to look at our calendar and see on our calendar all we have scheduled is an offer every day, and that's it. There's nothing else. All we have is an offer every day. Or we don't want to look at our calendar and see that we have a whole bunch of value posts, but we don't have any offer posts, because then we're not going to get paid, okay? We want to look at our calendar and we want to see that we have a mix of all these different posts. That's what we want to see when we look at our calendar. We want to look at our calendar and see like, okay, hey, I'm creating engagement, I'm getting leads, I'm soft selling people, I'm encouraging people, I'm doing ask posts, I'm providing value, I'm building a connection with people, and I'm making offers. We want all of those. Make sense? Doesn't make fucking sense. Are you guys still here or what? Are you guys still here? Are you guys lost? Are you guys confused? Sean says, what should be the ratio from other posts compared to offer posts? I wish I could just give you an answer and say, okay, hey, it's 13%, but I don't fucking know. I have no fucking idea what the ratio is. All I know is you can't do 100% offer posts. You should do a lot. So if you follow Gary Vee and his concept, he says jab, 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 right hook. So if you follow that philosophy, then you're looking at 25%. All right. So if you follow Gary Vee's philosophy, you're looking at 25%, where 25% of your posts are direct offer posts, and the other 75% of your posts are these posts, everything but offer posts. All right. So if you follow Gary, now is Gary Vee a god? Is Gary Vee a guru? Does Gary Vee control the universe and have the keys to the kingdom? I don't know. He could. Maybe he does. Maybe he doesn't. I don't fucking know. And his methodology, it's jab, 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 right hook. So it's value, 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 then ask. All right. So 25% offers, 75% your other post type. All right. Could you do more offers, less of the other stuff? Yes, you may get less results. Could you do more of the other stuff? Could you do 95% of the other stuff and only 5% offers? For sure, you could, 100%. All right, so I can't tell you what the ratio is. I won't tell you what the ratio is because I don't fucking know a number. I don't think there's a mathematical formula to create, to come up with one. So I'm not going to tell you and pretend like I know what the actual what the actual number is, because I don't think there is an actual number. I will tell you that you need to create the offer post needs to be the least amount of posts that you're actually creating, because everything is actually an offer. Okay, again, in this lead generation post, when I create these lead generation posts, people buy from them. Okay, when I create these soft sell posts, people buy from them. When I create these connection posts, people buy from them. Literally, you guys can scroll through my profile and you can see some of my connection posts literally say, if you feel bad, buy my fucking shit. Okay? So, now the overarching theme of the post is not to sell something, but I'm going to always take the opportunity to sell something. So every post people can actually buy from. All right? It's just, what's the overarching theme of the post? What is the intent of the actual post? All right? It's always to push somebody to buy, regardless of whether there is a direct offer or not, meaning that people can buy from all your other posts. It's possible that people decide on that post, that is the post that triggers the buying intent from them, even though it's not a direct offer post. But some of your posts need to be a direct offer where you are directly saying, this is what I sell, here's the offer, you can buy it. All right? So hopefully that makes sense. Now, do you guys want to schedule? Do you guys want to see how easily we can schedule some of our content now? Now I've explained a lot of these concepts to you. Do you guys want to see how easily we can actually fill our calendar with some content? All right. So let's come to Post Scheduler and let us, so again, you can create tags in here. If you want to create tags, I'm not going to create any right now. If you create tags, it can actually help you if you have several different offers to understand if you're creating the right type of content for each offer. If one offer is doing better than the other, you can look at your calendar and you can kind of see, okay, hey, what's my content distribution look like for one offer versus the other offer. But we're going to go in and actually schedule our post. So we're just going to create a new one and we're going to schedule our post. All right. So whenever we schedule our post, what are we going to do? We're going to select our post type. All right. So here we're going to do an encouragement post. And here we're going to post this on our personal profile. And we're going to post it, let's say, tomorrow at 8 p.m. So again, I don't know what the optimum time is. I don't know what the optimum time is. I have no clue what the optimum time is. I have no clue how many times you should go live a day. I go live sometimes no times a day. Sometimes I go live 6 times in a day. All right. So for me, the way that I look at creating content is, I was talking about it before, I was talking about sunk costs. So when I smoke weed, I go live on Facebook. The reason that I do that is because I am going to spend the time smoking weed anyways. So it doesn't matter if I go live or not, I'm going to be sitting somewhere smoking my joint. Regardless of whether I go live or not, I will sit there for 20 minutes and I'll smoke my joint. I'll roll it and I'll smoke it. And that will take me approximately 20 minutes to break up my weed, roll my joint, and then smoke my joint. So that's a sunk cost. That's 20 minutes that I'm going to spend doing that activity regardless of whether I'm live streaming or regardless of whether I'm not live streaming. So since it's a sunk cost, most of the time I'm going to hit go live. I'm wasting that 20 minutes anyways. I might as well create content out of it that will actually create a connection with my audience. So like, hey, I have to test literally. This feature is not live yet. This feature, if you guys have access to Post Scheduler, you can't access this feature. It's not there because it's not live yet, because it was literally just delivered to me yesterday. And this feature that I'm talking about is this AI content generation. So this AI content generation is the actual feature that I'm talking about. It's not live yet. It was just literally given to me. It was literally just given to me last night at 5:37 a.m. All right. So guess what I did? Guess what I did? What did I do? So what did I do? Guess what I did? When they delivered the feature to me and they asked me, when they delivered the feature to me and they said, hey, here's the build for you to test it and give me your feedback on it. I have to do this anyways. I literally have to go in and I have to test this out and give them my feedback on it. Okay? So guess what I'm going to do? At the exact same time, I'm going to go in and create content and I'm going to say, hey, look, this is a sunk cost. I already have to sit down. I already have to test this. I already have to check it out. I already have to spend that time. Let me create content at the exact same time. Let me go live. And the whole content of my live is just literally going to be me testing this functionality and speaking to my audience, whoever comes and watches. Guess what? If no one comes to my live video, I don't give a fuck. No one was going to be, how many people were going to be on my live video if I didn't go live? No one. How many people would have watched my live video if I didn't go live? Nobody. So if nobody comes to my live video, I don't give a fuck because it's a sunk cost. Hopefully you understand that concept. It's a sunk cost. I have to spend that time whether I go live, whether I don't go live. If I don't go live, no one watches my live video because there is no live video because I didn't go live. So mathematically, it doesn't make sense that I would not go live. I have to spend the time anyways. If I don't go live, no one will watch my content. So mathematically, I should go live because the worst thing that could happen is I go live, I waste my time, no one watches my content. I have to spend the same amount of time regardless of whether I go live or not, so there's no time wasting. If I don't go live, no one's ever going to watch my content because I didn't go live to give them the content to not actually watch. So I lose absolutely nothing in this scenario. There's no downside, there's only upside. You understand? So I'm going to go live. So anytime I have a sunk cost scenario, I'm going to live stream and create content out of my sunk cost scenario because there's only upside to that. There is no downside to that. All right? I don't do a lot of planned lives. I don't actually plan, okay, hey, I'm going to go live and talk about this or talk about that. I don't plan any of that shit. It's just when a sunk cost opportunity presents itself, okay, it's a content opportunity for me. That makes creating content much, much easier whenever it comes to the live side of stuff because I'm not scheduling a bunch of shit out. I'm not planning a bunch of shit out. I'm literally just leveraging the sunk cost that I have because there's no downside, there's only upside. So hopefully that makes sense. All right, so hopefully that makes sense. So now what we're going to do is we're going to now go in and show you guys how to schedule these posts. All right, so let's go in and actually create a post. Again, we're going to come over here and we're going to create an encouragement post. And we're not going to put any tag here. We're going to put it on my personal profile. I'm going to put it here for today. I'll put it here for tomorrow. I'm going to pick for it to go out at 7 p.m. All right. And now what I'm going to do is I already know that this post is not going to be a one-time post. So if I wanted to create a one-time post, I could just put this here, a one-time post. All right, this is only going to get posted one time at this time and date. I can go in and grab some image. If I have some image that I want to add to my post, I can add some image to my post as well, and then boom, I can schedule it. All right. So this is a one-time post. I'm just going to actually pretend that I'm scheduling that, but I'm not scheduling that. All right. What I'm going to do instead is I'm going to repeat this post. And I'm going to repeat it every 3 days. And then I'm going to have a random time delay in minutes. All right. So this random time delay in minutes is, okay, my first post I'm scheduling on the 2nd of April at 7 p.m. But then I'm going to create 10 more posts as well. So I'm going to actually repeat this 10 times every 3 days. And I'm going to vary the time that I post it, let's say 120. All right. So I'm now going to be creating all these posts between 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. Sometime in between 5 p.m. to 9 p.m., these other 10 posts will get created. And then instead of just creating it myself, I'm going to use AI generated I'm going to use an AI generated content, and I'm going to go in and say, hey, you are Sadhguru, and you create motivational and all right, so I'm going to do this and see if this gives me any content that I like. Gonna try that again. Attention all entrepreneurs, if you're feeling overwhelmed or stuck on your entrepreneurial journey, remember this. Success is not determined by the nature of times determined by the number of times you fall, but the number of times you get back up. Every great entrepreneur has faced setbacks, but they have one thing in common. They refuse to give up. Instead, they use those setbacks as fuel to push them forward and achieve their goals. So my fellow entrepreneurs, don't let failure define you. Do you like that post so far? For me, it's good enough right now, so I'm gonna add it. Now, if you want to create better prompts for the AI, okay, don't we have a ChatGPT guide? No. What is that? Okay. So if you want help with the AI, I'll give you this, and that's some free stuff. I mean, there's also stuff that you can buy. If you buy it, you'll actually get access to Post Scheduler. That software is actually included in that offer. All right. So not only will you understand more about the AI and how to use the AI to create good content that suits you, but then you'll also get access to Post Scheduler so that you can use the AI to do what we're actually doing here, which I told you this is actually a test build, so I think there is a small issue, but let's see. No? Oh, some issue is there. All right, so let's try this again. Engagement post. This is going to my engagement post. This is going to my personal profile. I don't think any of those actually worked. Some issue was there. So let's do this 360. Let's change this to 3 or 4. Now what was that? So we're gonna make it shorter. You wanted it shorter, so let's make it shorter. Okay, so we got some content here. Sign with my name. That's good enough for me just to actually show you how this works. If you want it shorter, you can tell the AI how to make it shorter. I'm just actually trying to see. Okay, so now you can see that I have content created already. Now, if it's not great and you're like, okay, hey, this isn't the best, well, it's already pre-generated for you, and you can actually you can use this to generate ideals as well. And you can get the ideal and then go through them and actually create each piece of content yourself. If you want to create them personally and not have the AI generate them for you, you can just actually use the AI to generate the overalling ideal and structure and framework, and then you can come in and actually fill it out yourself if you'd rather fill it out yourself. But you can see now I just clicked a couple buttons and I have okay, hold on, let's see, let me take my offer. This is my offer, and then let me do this on Monday. All right. This is going to be an offer post on my personal profile. Now, I could post this in a group if I wanted to post this in a group. It's going to be on my personal profile. I'm going to post this on Monday. I'm going to post it at 9 o'clock. I'm going to repeat this, and I'm going to repeat it every 14 days. Let's do 30 minutes in between. I'm going to create 10 posts. Again, AI generated content. So here what I'm doing is I'm actually just taking one of my own offers that I have, and I'm giving that offer to the AI, and I'm just telling it, hey, I want you to rewrite this 10 times for me, schedule that shit out to my profile. Okay, so this is very similar to what I already created. Attention entrepreneurs, are you ready for something truly amazing? Well, today I'm offering a secret deal that will blow your mind. I didn't take your money yesterday because I wanted to make sure you had the chance to be one of the first people to see this incredible offer. The price starts at just $100, but it won't stay that way for long. Each time someone buys, the price goes up by $10, making the deal more valuable by the minute. Trust me when I say this is something you don't want to miss out on. You can buy it right here, right now, and be the first to take advantage of the exclusive offer, or you can wait until later, but be warned, the price may be skyrocketed $300 or more by then. The link to purchase is in the comments. Remember, this is a secret deal, so take the leap and trust me, you won't regret it. All right, the AI has actually rewritten that based on what? Based on the offer that I have already personally created and given yesterday. Okay, I literally just grabbed this from my wall. Now I'm having the AI do it. Now I can ask for an image that is an image that could go with this. So this is going to be for sale sign. Okay. Now I'm just going to let this do its thing. And this all should be live for you guys by next week. All right. So there's only two ways to get access to the AI features in the software. One is you can buy them on my live videos, like this one that I'm on right now. So you could buy them from a live video like this one while I'm live, and if not, the only other way to get it is by being part of my membership site and joining my Epic membership site. So you guys have any questions or anything? So this sometimes actually doesn't finish and say, let you know, hey, everything's done. And that's because, like I said, it's not live yet. I just got it for testing myself. They just gave it to me for testing. It will be live by next week. These little issues, just a few little issues. Just a few little issues are there, but you can see it's actually doing its job. It's just a few little issues are there. For the main part, most everything is there. It seems like something's actually happening on the back end, and whenever things are happening on the back end, it's taking some time for this to actually get generated. Doesn't look like they came yet, but like these, it took a while for these to pop up. If you remember, these were the first ones that I made and they didn't actually pop up. If you don't like these, again, like I said, you can always edit them. If you don't like them, you can always just go in and edit the content before it actually gets posted. You can always go in and actually edit the content. You can also go in, there's my offer posts are actually being created every 2 weeks now. All right, so you can see now all my offer posts are there. Now I have offer post all the way until July, and I'm offering a secret offer. So now if you think about it, the secret offer is something, this secret offer, okay, this is what I want you to think about, all right? This secret offer is something that I literally offered yesterday. It's not the first time I've done this. I've done secret offers many times. I've sold things many times on a secret offer, like this. Yesterday I did this secret offer. I did not tell anybody at all what it was. I did not tell anybody, okay, what are you buying? I just said, hey, it's going to be great. You're going to love it. Here's the offer. Just trust me and buy it. So yesterday I had, let's see, I think I have a thing here somewhere. Yesterday I had 13 people sign up to this yesterday, and the pricing went like this. The pricing started at $100 and it raised $10 every time somebody actually signed up. Okay, so it started at $100 and then went to 110. So the first person paid 100, the second 110, the third 120, 140. So the price keeps going up every time somebody buys. I had 13 people buy. The last person paid $220. That offer did $2,000. So that offer generated $2,000 as a secret offer without me even telling anybody what they were actually buying. Curiosity is something that will cause people to actually buy. So is scarcity and urgency, and that offer had all of them. There was no idea of what you were getting, so people were curious. It was very scarce because it was only available for the day. And there was a lot of urgency because every time somebody signed up before you ended up having to pay more money. So the faster that you signed up, the more money that you actually saved. All right. So I know that offer works. I've already done that offer and I know it works because yesterday I did it and made $2,000. I've done it several times before and they have made money each time I actually sell something different in the secret offer. But now if you look, that secret offer is now automatically created for me every 2 weeks. So every 2 weeks I have a secret offer that's automatically getting posted for me. All right. I probably should have changed the thing and I should have put a top secret or classified image instead of a for sale sign. Probably would have been better, but I didn't think about that. But I could go in and actually regenerate the image if I want to go in and regenerate the image. No big deal. But do you see how quickly I'm filling up my calendar, guys? You guys see how quickly with this tool, not only am I filling up my calendar, but I'm able to easily look at the next coming week and the next coming months and see what type of content distribution do I have. Do I have any offers that I'm making? Am I doing anything for engagement? Am I doing anything for encouragement? Am I doing any soft selling? What do you guys think? Any questions? Any questions you have? Because I'm done for the day here. Unless you guys have questions. Unless you guys have questions or unless you want to buy something, I'm done for the day. You guys all good? No questions? Don't want to buy anything? Cool. Hope you guys got something from it. That's it for me then.